Good evening. It's 2 minutes past 8. I think you know what time it is. It's DPMF Live, back with another New Year, very first fat one, just for you and our community. Well, these shows are recorded. Please go to our YouTube channel. Please listen to our other shows. They are stonking. Thank you very much, Rayleen, for your support. The crew tonight, as ever, is Dangerous Dan, Wicked Wes, Lovely Live Free, and Magic Mike. Tonight's show is absolutely. Tonight's show is episode 102. Yes, 102 very fat ones just for you. It's all about Builder X. I think we had the guy on in the middle of another show last week, and so it's good to get these people on. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Please follow us. Please write in the comments, or even if you're brave enough to come up to the mic, stick your hand up and we get you up. We love the community to get involved. That's what it's all about. Everyone learning together and finding out what's going down. So, without further ado, do we have Dangerous Dan on the markets today, or has he gone AWOL?
No, sorry, I made it just in time. You sound like you've got a cold, mate. Are you okay?
Mate, I'm just coming back. I'm back from the dead. I had man flu. I nearly died.
This is what you sound like recovering.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. It is. Yeah. Never in any doubt.
I was on the edge. I was on the edge, mate. I tell you, I don't know how I come back from it. Really, it's just
it was you and Mike, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got it as well.
After,
yeah,
it tried taking out the DPMF team.
They're not having us this week, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure Mike's got COVID. I'm pretty sure he's got COVID.
Yeah,
I better not catch it through the bloody airwaves here, Mike.
But you can catch it from snogging old grannies.
to be honest, Wes, you've got a Huawei phone, so anything is possible.
Absolutely. Is it my imagination, Dan? I've always seen a bit of greenery in the markets.
There is a bit of greenery in the markets. I'll flurry onto it, so then we can go on to we'll go into the discussion with BuildX, and then listen to all the latest stuff they're up to with their reply tips, etc.
Absolutely.
So, moving on, rank number 1, Bitcoin is sitting at $91,112. It's up 4.19% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 2 is Ethereum, which is at $3,131, still above the 3,000 mark. That's up 6.7% on the 7-day. Tether is ranked at number 3. Our XRP currency has gone over the $2 mark, sitting at $2.08. Currently up 12.23% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 5 is Binance BNB, which is at $893, which is up 3.92% on the 7-day. USDC is ranked at number 6. Ranked at number 7 is Solana, sitting at $133, up 8% or just over 8% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 8 is Tron, which is at 29 cents, up 3% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 9, the famous meme coin Dogecoin, is at 14 cents and is up 21.33% on the 7-day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the biggest one of them all. And then Cardano is ranked at number 10, ADA, which is at 39 cents, which is up 9.98% on the 7-day.
That's decent gains. I was also going to say as well, Cardano, he's always there in the mix, but Charles Hoskinson now he's removed himself from X, hasn't it?
I did not know that, no. When did that happen?
Yesterday, I think. Round about yesterday.
Did you upset him?
I spoke to him. I tried to keep him on board, but he's had enough of X. But he was actually, he's been also, I don't know if he's been selling a coin, but he's been involved in this coin called Midnight, is it? Or Night or something.
It's the private ledger.
Yeah, it's Night.
Midnight, the private ledger.
It's the Night. Was that he's launched this and then he's just scarpered. I don't know what's going on.
He's gone that private. He's taken it too seriously.
Was that the one that was being airdropped?
Oh, I don't know the details personally.
Yeah. I don't know the full details, but it was being airdropped.
Well, I haven't been. Hey, BuildX, hello.
You alright, chaps? How you doing?
How's it going?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, BuildX.
Thank you.
So, I can't remember your first name. What's your first name, my friend?
My name's Matt.
Matt, excellent, Matt. So how's it going? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. Yourself?
Awesome. Yeah, living the dream as ever. Yeah, especially hanging out with these guys. You know, it's good laugh.
Yeah. You guys carry on chatting just whenever you're ready. I'll jump in.
We're waiting for Pat. Palace usually does some nuggets about now, so he
Well,
does some quite good ones.
Build X, you can join in with the nuggets. Absolutely fine. I've got quite a fat nugget to drop. It's a Venezuelan nugget. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Come on.
Like it hasn't been on global news.
Oh, dear.
Well, the bit that I'm going to talk about might not be on global news, right? So they will tell you, or mainstream media have been telling you this war is all about Venezuela, how about they've been a bit naughty and to do with voting or whatever and stuff. But actually, they got 2 billion barrels of oil. So it's all about oil. Do you know?
Oh yeah, that's the
Hold on.
thing, really. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you was going to give us a nugget. Like, that is clearly what it's about. The man said, did you hear what he said, Trump? We're gonna look after the country until we decide someone suitable will take the place. But we've got all the oil, and there's 3 children.
They already got the elected.
No, that's what he said.
The elected one.
Yes, but what he said
Russia
was
is getting oil from Venezuela, and and that's the main way that Russia has been funding things. So basically, Trump has cut the oil supply or oil trading with Venezuela. As far as
Venezuela has the highest reserves of oil throughout the world. They are number one. So it equates to actually 3 trillion at today's price, which is the petrodollar. So this is why, to do with COMEX and all of this, 589, you've got to keep the reserve currency going. So they have decided they're going to take control of the oil because they're justified, because they're the international peacekeepers, bullies, whatever. But there's literally $3 trillion worth of oil that they have seized.
Yeah. So it's maintaining the control of the petrodollar. That's what this is all about. So if Venezuela, for instance, was to strike a deal with China and just use the yen or just use the ruble, that would mess up the dollar.
Did you see?
That's already happened. There's Russian. The Russians aren't taking the US dollar anymore. That already happened. That's why the ruble took off. It dropped when Russia broke into Ukraine. It absolutely tumbled. And then Putin was like, yeah, we're not accepting the dollar anymore. We're only accepting our own currency. And it was like, straight back to where it was. So yeah, that has already happened. But the guy they took, I can't remember his name. He was indicted.
Majoro.
Yeah, he was actually legally captured for drug trafficking. So it was like really involved in it. And with that, with international law, the US had the jurisdiction without going through Congress to go into Venezuela and capture him. So they've sort of taken the head of the snake there because he's had some real problem with the drug cartels coming across, and he seems to be a big part of it. So they had more than enough reason to do it. So it actually wasn't illegal what he did. And if you watch the news, when I was watching it yesterday, when the news anchor was like, so how the Venezuelan, or didn't really ask how the Venezuelan people were doing, but most of them were overjoyed and partying because they've just been in this inflational crisis with leadership. They were fine with it. The majority of Venezuela aren't that fucking bothered.
Well, he was a tyrant, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the drug cartels are obviously going to be very, very pissed right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was an attempt to assassinate Trump from now, at any stage.
Well, I mean, there already has been, and that's not going to change. But the other thing we need to consider here is this. One is, like you've been kind of saying, watch 2027, because it looks like we're going into World War III.
I told you that in private. That was between men in a private conversation. That wasn't for a public.
Oh, we're all men here. Okay, so everybody forget I just said that. Second of all,
I might as well explain it now. So for those that don't know, I work in an area of I work with the MOD, the British UK MOD, in the military, for over 2 decades. And there is an alignment with NATO and a load of European forces gearing up with weapons, vehicles, and all kinds of hierarchy of equipment, it looks like everything aims for 2027. So I think if the Russia-Ukraine conflict isn't cleared up by then, there could be a push for NATO in 2027 to move into Ukraine and take back what has been lost. That's the consensus across the board, and it's with a lot of the arms dealers and their contracts and timelines. Everything points to 2027. So yeah, I'll just clear that up as it's already gone out now. But that's what I'm speculating on that. All right, by the way, so it's not factual. But from what I can tell, 2027 could be
that's something to look forward to, though.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, hold on. The other thing was they say that Venezuela also has very high reserves in what are they called? Fucking
rare earth metal.
Shit. Rare earth minerals. Exactly right. And since China pretty much is cornering the market right now, I think part of the issue here was that, Wesley, I don't know what you're doing, like walking around in your fucking slippers on a wooden floor or something, or something. I don't know, you're making all this noise.
You've got it absolutely right. I've got sticky slippers on and I'm walking on a tiled floor. Sorry about that.
I can hear you, man. It's like one of these Japanese, shoes, those wooden shoes,
handcraft clogs, isn't it? You can imagine.
Is that
either that or it's your woman's chain on you, man. Anyway, so you got the rare earth minerals, and China already corners their market on that. So, and what supposedly was coming out was that they had this, Chinese, consulate or Chinese people or what are they, group was over there already trying to strike a deal with Maduro the same day that they picked them up. So if China had already pretty much cornered the market on these rare earth minerals, and they were going to pick up the remaining part, I think that was one of the things that probably pushed the United States. Like, you know what, we better pick them up before we are really.
This is what I was trying to say.
Maduro he was only with the Chinese president like 2-3 hours before he was kidnapped. Him and his wife.
Literally.
I like the way
they came in.
I like the way they took his wife as well. Like, bugging. Take both of them. Why settle for one when we could take the pair? You know?
I would have been like, can you leave her behind? Just take me. Just give me some peace.
Yeah. But the reason that they caught him as well is because he couldn't activate his safe zone, his safe house quickly enough. He was literally pressing the button and the Delta Force stormed him. And I don't know much about a safe room or nothing like that. I don't know what it entails. So Dan, with your LOD knowledge, I was wondering if you could enlighten us to what is a safe room.
Yeah, so in a government building or any kind of infrastructure that would have, politicians or military personnel, there would be a dedicated room called a safe room. So if there was an emergency incident, security forces would then direct all VIPs to that area. Once they're in that room, they then consolidate and look at extracting. So that would be what he's on about safe room. So anyone who goes to any kind of embassy or anything like that, when there's an attack, certain people will be shipped into safe rooms, consolidate, then extract, and then it would be helicopter or vehicle, all on assessment. So that would be what it is.
The US cut off the power as well, didn't they? I don't know if you've noticed that. So that could be a reason why you couldn't go into a safe room, unless they had backup generators.
Yeah, they actually had a blackout, didn't they?
Yeah, genius.
Yeah, very good.
I think from what I read on it, the operation went quite well. It was it's very unexpected. Obviously, Congress didn't know about it either, so most of the Americans overall, no one really knew it was going to happen, and it's quite a smart move, really. And he's in a more clever way. He's actually done it legally. Although I think the media are trying to portray it that he's been kidnapped, actually he's been detained. He's been legally detained, within, all kinds of, legal reasons. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Venezuela seem quite happy with it from what I've seen. So he's probably going to come out of this okay. He, as a US president, live free or no, because he's in Texas, but he's really making waves in everything he does. He's very, he's generally a very powerful man. He's very, very clever. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I was with some family yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, do you think we're going to go to war with Venezuela?" I was like, "No, no, that's not going to
Oh,
happen. They're
Keir
fine."
Starmer's already been a pussy and backed out of it, hasn't he? He's already gone to the
Yeah,
press, said, "Oh, it's got nothing to do with us." Like, we haven't
yeah,
got anything to do
yeah.
with it.
Starmer knows nothing about whatever's going on anyway. To be fair, he's right
Exactly.
out of
Oh,
the.
he's bloody clueless, that guy. For anyone who doesn't know, we got a prime minister in the UK called Keir Starmer, and in fact, I'll be careful because we might get our spaces cut off. But he is an absolute. And then I'll just do 4 dots for what I think of him, and then you can add the rest.
Anyway, moving on. Anyone else got any nuggets tonight, or should we get X on and?
I don't have any nuggets, but I wanted to share this because I know you guys noticed I haven't been around much today because normally we have a chat today and do some research. I've been exploring the DNFT technology in the XRPL. It's actually I was working on it all the way up to this very last minute. This is really, really good. So for anyone who isn't into sort of the NFT space in the XRPL, there's going to be a gradual change coming. I think we're going to see some more developers come on as well because the dynamic NFT capability, it allows the file or the metadata to be adjusted, and it can be adjusted by the issuer, but it can be granted via gaming. So you can have an avatar or a character that upgrades while you're playing the game, and then you still own the character. It's something that we're looking at quite strongly and have been for the past few years, in all kinds of different ways. But yeah, we had a bit of a breakthrough today with some of the stuff we could do. And it's actually very exciting. So, those who have lost faith in the non-fungible token market, I would say brace yourself because the next few years, I think specifically on the XRP Ledger as well, we're going to see some really incredible stuff come from loads of different companies and projects, and people slide across because the DNFT capability is an absolute game changer. It really is. And for anyone out there who's already building games, I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at doing the DNFT technology now. The DNFT flagging of NFTs, it literally means that you can, upgrade characters, stats while playing, and it's all on chain, and then you own the NFT, which you can then sell to another person.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's the kind of tech I've been waiting for years. That's why we halted the Over program, and it's something like
This is
there you go.
Can I just say it's not actually on chain per se. It's through the URI.
Oh, it's directed. Yeah, it's directed.
Yeah, so it's for the URI it changes, but it is red on chain.
Yeah.
For stats. But yeah, you bang on with what you're saying.
So that being said, does that? Oh, sorry.
Hold on, Wesley. Let him finish. Let him finish.
I was just saying our latest collection
Go ahead, Matt,
is dynamic NFTs for the money grabbers, but I'll go into that when I start speaking.
I don't see a reason why anyone would not have the dynamic flag on NFTs anymore. It's just an absolute evolution in the NFT era. There's no reason not to have it. I just can't see why anyone would do a collection without it anymore because the benefits are huge. They're just absolutely huge. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that. I was doing a lot on that today. It's always been on my mind actually. So I didn't have any nuggets other than, just really like the protocol that came on a few months ago, and I think it's going to do very well.
Awesome. BuildX, Matt, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the space. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
You've been on before, so do you want to just give a nutshell about what you're doing?
Okay, so I'm Matt, BuildX. I started BuildX a year ago. I originally wanted to come onto the XRP and start building, and I built an airdrop system, which I'd done an airdrop for BuildX on Christmas Day last year. And that's what got me introduced to the XRPL. I've built multiple apps for myself, for other projects on the XRPL, from airdrops to AMM pool analyzers, bots for trading, sniper bots. I've built all sorts. Then I met my business partner Zolid, who's down in the crowd, and he asked me to build a system for money grabbers to do an automatic airdrop based on the NFTs that you're holding. Me being me, I kind of went one step too far. We've built out a massive ecosystem now that is rewarding hundreds hundreds of users every single night tokens from the NFTs that hold for other projects that aren't even related to us. So we've built like this community ecosystem, which I'll dive more into. Between me starting that for about 3 months ago, I've also built an XRPL wallet. That I've done it for my own gains really, because I don't really want to pay Zarman their fees, and I thought the ledger's open and it's free and everyone can use it, so I just thought I'd start building it.
Do you have a name for that
Yeah,
wallet,
it's xrpbolt.com.
XRP
Yeah.
Bolt.
And
Okay.
is that a self-custody wallet, or is it a non-self-custody wallet?
So it's you get your seed phrase and your wallet address. So technically it's self-custody. You can still run it alongside Zarman if you want for security, but the ledger, being the ledger, is open source, and all you do... Okay, let me roll it back. Everybody's used to having Zarman or Joey Wallet because that's what the norm is. That's what you come into the ledger and that's what you use. So it's kind of, use the word loosely, but institutionalized, that's what you use. But the ledger is literally an open source network that you get a seed phrase and a wallet address, and then you can trade on the ledger and do actions on the ledger. And all I've done is just put it there as a viewing window for somebody to use and be able to do that.
And is there anything quite unique to your wallet as opposed to the Zaman wallet? Is there anything you can do with your wallet that you can't do with Zaman?
Well, Zarman don't pay you for using it. I do. Zarman takes your funds away from you for using it. I give you bulk points for every action. So whether it be a swap, a trade, receiving, sending, any action within the ecosystem you get rewarded for. There's still a lot more to add to it currently. Now,
I'm just going to
Zarman,
jump. I'm just going to jump on there just for a bit of clarity, because I do speak to Wheat. So I'll explain a little bit why there's a fee there, because most don't know that the XRP Ledger is actually held up mainly by their infrastructure. So the XRPL cluster is actually run by them, which is actually quite expensive. They was funded by Ripple for many years to maintain that. But it came to a point, I can't remember the value of it, but it came to a point where they had to become self-sustainable. Now, not every self-custody wallet has the infrastructure that they have, and they're looking to maintain it. And one way that we're doing that is by adding a fee. And I was actually talking to him about the fees related to NFTs, because we had them on Fusion. Something to do with when someone puts an NFT for sale, they get charged a fee. Is that really necessary? And we had quite a brief discussion on it, and he kind of agreed actually there's some transactions maybe we shouldn't be charging, etc. But the fee doesn't exist for them to just pocket. It's actually to fund the infrastructure, which even I use. We use the cluster on times and stuff like that, so I can understand it. But from the public, it probably doesn't make sense. So I just wanted to share that, because they do control the largest amount of infrastructure that maintains the ledger at the moment, and now they need to do it in a self-sustainable way. So at first they got grants by Ripple, but that's since been cut. So that would be why. So it's not just to maintain a wallet; they're actually maintaining the infrastructure. Just to be clear.
yeah, you're very true in what you said. But that doesn't help the next person out who wants to come onto the ledger. I know it does for the infrastructure side. If they go, then it all goes. But how do we stop that? We shouldn't be on such a fragile system.
There was a conversation actually recently, wasn't there, with some of the validators, where they were talking about validators should receive fees from transactions. And in a way, that kind of makes sense. And it was David Schwartz who talked about, there shouldn't be an incentive to run a validator or run a node. And in a way, I personally think it's probably not the right way to go. And so there are people who run validators now who pay costs with no reward to just maintain the network. So I think there's going to be a change on that. Actually, I think something will happen in the future. That kind of needs to change. I think network people who support the network in that way because we have like different layers in the XRP community. You have like a layer of infrastructure who maintain the network. Then you'll have developers who are building projects and stuff like that, or and some companies. And then you have community members who invest in all these different things. You've got these like different layers of people, or in different ways of how they support it. And I think there needs to be.
Don't forget about the layer of people who chat about bloody skyrocketing the price as well. Like those stupid influencers.
And they also have a place. They have a. I'm not a big fan of influencers overall. I spoke to a few. Some are quite nice people, but I know what you mean. The crazy hype to come in, but it is attractive. It brings people in. So they have a place as well. So everyone has these pros and cons in different things that they do, and that's kind of how we all come together.
I mean, because technically, it's just like you're a company or anybody's a company or that has a company. They want to advertise their stuff, and so you pay up somebody else to maybe do some advertising for you. And some of these companies do hire these influencers, as their marketing branch. So I mean, like you said, it's like there is a place for them, but sometimes some of these guys, I mean, really go crazy, like, $10,000 XRP by the end of the year. It's like, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt,
Yeah, I don't think there's that much money in the world. I'm not sure. I don't know the math, but I know it's. But so to be clear as well, a $10,000 XRP is actually possible. It's just not possible within our lifetime because of the deflationary value of the network, where XRP is burned. Thousands of whatever it is XRP a day. It does mean that in time, probably in we done the measurement on it, wasn't it? Was it like 400 years or something? Do you remember, Wes? We measured
Yes,
it.
I do. Yeah.
It was like 300.
It was literally impossible. It was literally impossible with the liquidity that we've got today and the amount of money that we've got circulating today.
Yeah, it didn't quite add up, did it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't add up.
Think about things logically. Why would the banks want the price to be at $10,000 per XRP when they're doing transactions like they're going to be doing? So if we do go the route that everyone's saying, like the bank's taking it on and doing all the payments, they don't want to be paying $4 or $5 per transaction. They need to suppress the price. The price needs to be suppressed.
Yes, do you know what? It's a good point. One thing I hadn't thought of is the fee.
Exactly.
The fee would be more, yeah.
0.0012. As the price goes up, that's becoming like 20 cents, 40 cents, dollar, etc.
I was just going to say it's working on decimals here. So, at the minute we're on the first decimal. If we increase that by 3 decimal places, the fee will increase by 3 decimal places. So, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying there, Bill.
The other rubbish that they're pushing too is that they say, oh, XRP is going to be gold backed or silver backed or whatever. It's not going to be, because it's already been deployed. It's already been minted. Why would they, I mean, if you are a holder of 10,000 XRP or 100,000, why would somebody, let's say the money people, why would they give you just automatically all this extra liquidity, shall we say, by saying, oh yeah, each XRP is not going to be worth 1 ounce of gold? It's the same thing. No, they're not going to back XRP with anything because it's already been deployed. Now, I can understand if you come out with a brand new token and then sell it at that price of the ounce and then back it with that. But that's starting from the beginning. These coins are already distributed already, so they're not going to do it. So that's just another lie that they like to push.
So this space is recorded. If you missed the beginning, you can go to the very start and listen to it all over again. This space will also be put on our YouTube channel, which I strongly advise you check that shit out. BuildX, I want to get back to you. So how many projects have you got on your program?
Money Grabbers. So on Money Grabbers, we've got 48 partner projects, and they're
48.
paying out. Yeah.
Also, and so to participate, you just need to hold one of their NFTs to get a regular drop. Is that right?
Technically speaking, yeah. So any of the 48 partner projects, if you hold any of their NFTs, you're entitled to get drops from all of the other partner projects.
That's pretty cool. So you've interlocked loads of partnering projects together, which is a bit like cross-pollinating communities and sort of brought everyone together in their own sort of network.
pretty much. But
It's
there's
pretty
one
cool.
massive step up from that. We've actually cross-pollinated chains as well. So we've got Corium that I've built out on the Corium side, and we'll have partner projects on there. They'll have the same sequence as what we've got on the XRP, but all of the tokens will also come back to the Money Grabbers NFTs. So that means the Money Grabbers NFTs are getting cross-network payments from XRP and Corium partner projects. So these NFTs currently are paying 27 tokens into one NFT. And when we launch the Corium side of it, that'd be 27 plus all of the Corium projects as well, tokens. So it's going to be the
Now,
most rewarding.
I know we're not in an ideal world, but how do you guarantee, or how do you have like a vetting process for these projects that welcome onto your platform? I mean, obviously the XRP has been renowned for its rug pulls in the past. So do you have any sort of authenticity to them, or how do you regulate them as such?
That's a good question. It's a difficult one because I could have somebody sit in front of me now saying they've gone a rug, and then 20 minutes later they've rugged because the grand's died and they need to go to the funeral.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult. We've had 2 projects within the ecosystem currently, Rug as a project. Now, you look at what we're doing, we're paying the holders of the NFTs for that project, Grabs tokens plus any of the other partner projects tokens. So we're not affected if a project rugs. We're like little gods really, because we're still paying regardless of whether the project exists or not. So it's getting paid per the NFT. If the user decides to go and floor the NFT or burn it or do whatever, then obviously yes, they're missing out. But technically speaking, a project rugging does not damage us in any way, shape or form.
What's the time limit you have? Is there a time frame for it, or is this something that's just is there like a pool that's released, and when the pool is finished, that then another one adds? Is that how it operates?
So currently they pay into a distribution pool, and we allocate that over 180 days. When we get towards the end of the 180 days, I'll go make contact with the project and say, would you like to continue on? Do you want to add some more to a distribution pool? If they say no and they want to withdraw, then they can do so. Obviously, it'll be announced that X project is leaving the ecosystem, so people can then make their own decisions as to what to do, whether leaving the project because they're obviously, well, I can't say obviously. They might want to leave the project because they aren't seeing the fair play in it. But we can't be paying out to projects that aren't participating in. It works. It's a paid forward model. So if you've got a partner project that comes in at number 10, they will pay their tokens to all of the partner projects, all 9 in front of them, to their holders NFTs. Any partner project that joins up after them, so 11, 12, 13, equally pay forward, and number 10's project NFT holders get that token. So that's how the ecosystem builds out.
I can see it being very useful, especially if if someone even was fairly new and just got involved in a project's NFT and then became of this infrastructure. I can see it being quite good where it brings exposure to everyone that's involved. You earn value from it as well. It's a nice little ecosystem you've got going on, and it's good you've got so many projects on board as well. What did you say? Was it 43, 47?
49.
49. Yeah, 49 projects. It's quite a lot. So it brings a lot of exposure to everyone involved. So yeah, it's really good.
Everything is managed through Discord.
Is that
Everything's
automated? A DAI?
Oh.
Say again, mate.
You're thinking of a DAO.
You kind of spoke a little bit.
A decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO. Is that what you were getting at? Wesley? Wes?
Yeah, I think he's been
Hello,
having problems. And
guys, sorry.
Yeah.
Terrible lag here. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Wes.
Go on, Wes.
Cheers, guys. I was just going to say, does that operate like a DAI? Is it when the communities? A DAO, that's the one. A DAO.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So is it centralized in a way then?
No, it's not centralized either. So it's centralized in the fact that we add the projects on there. People don't get to vote on what projects are going on there because that'd just be absolutely stupid. We want the projects to come and approach us because they can see the benefit in it, not being given to us by other people to try and get their gains up because they're holding 1,000 of that certain NFT, say. So we operate on the other method. They come to us and say, we want to be a part of your ecosystem because we can see the benefit in it for our holders. Now, the way it works, as the ecosystem, when somebody comes in at the end partner project, say, their holders normally go and start having a look through what other partner projects are in there because they want to get exposure to the Grabs tokens, and they also want to get more exposure to the respective token that's being distributed from their home project, shall we say. So they'll come in, they'll check the wallets, everything's done in Discord, it's all automatic. They add the wallet to the Discord, that verifies that they are the wallet owner. The wallet then gets scanned to see what NFTs they've got in there, and then they get to then go and claim. While they're claiming, they'll get told that they need to set up the trust lines for the projects that they've got NFTs to, and also that they would be getting tokens from the partner projects. So they go and set the tokens up, the trust lines up. Now, what they're doing is they'll go and scout through to see which partner projects are on there that have got low low floor prices, they're still minting, and they'll then start going and gathering them up, because they want to get more exposure to their home project's token. We've got Horizon up here. He joined the ecosystem for his token only, and hopefully his hold account's gone up and his trust lines have gone up. But people will go and investigate into the projects that are coming on board because they get a DM about it. They get a notification in Discord that they've signed up. And obviously we splash it all over X that we've just had Flippy sign up. So that's gone out on Discord and on X. Now people start looking into that and hopefully they'll start getting more holders, more trust lines, and hopefully start having a flow.
We've had Flippy on the show. He's a good guy. If I want to know more information about Money Grabs, where do I find that out? Obviously, you've got a website, have you? And Telegram?
We've got no website. We just operate purely on Discord and X. So you can come to our Discord. I assure you, if you're within within XRPL, you will have at least one NFT from one of our partner projects. Like we've got Boo, Flippy. I can't even think. There's that many. It's just frazzles my mind.
Horizon, welcome to the space. Happy New Year. Would you like to ask your question?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey,
I really appreciate you guys inviting us up today.
Welcome.
Before you continue, Horizon, I've been trying to message you about setting up a date for you, and I was trying to get you come in actually next week. So I don't know if you've been able to see the messages or not. So just check those messages.
We're not allowed to tell people who we're doing next week.
Yeah, because we have the question, don't we?
Well, no, this was a special situation because I had been talking to Horizon. We kind of did initial talk or a request, but I never set up a date, and I didn't want him to think that this was his day today because, and then he was going to be short of time. So I just wanted to make sure that he can get a full hour to talk about his project. And I didn't want any ill feelings about a possible miscommunication here. So I just wanted to get
well recovered there, Live Free. Well recovered.
It was all about love. It was all about love on the
we understand. We understand your confusion, Live Free, but that's still a Wes moment. I'm sorry. I'm taking that down as a Wes moment.
You take it, buddy. You take it. I don't know. That's fine.
Horizon, welcome. Ask your question, my friend.
Do you want to just speak about the Horizon platform? Like what we do?
Oh, not Horizon specifically. If you've got a question about money grabs and
Grabs.
what they're doing,
Yeah, we recently got involved with Grabs. I've noticed that our holder count has increased since we onboarded as one of their projects. They're doing pretty good work. Yeah, I mean, I can vouch for that. They're doing pretty good.
so you've had a good
They've helped us out.
experience.
Yeah, I've had a good experience with them.
Awesome, very good. Thank you for coming up, Horizon. Thank you very much for your information. Going back to you, Matt. How have you found development wise? Do you think you're getting more numbers? Do you think you get more people? Is the XRPL expanding? Do you think there's more people on the chain?
No, I don't think. I think there's been a decrease in people. And I don't know if that's like the festive period where people have started to drop off and not have the liquidity to be able to continue playing with it. I'm hoping to God they do come back, because I've put a year of my life into it and I've just sat and built all these tools for nothing. So I really do hope they do come back.
So have you got any amazing ideas to get people on chain and to onboard people? Have you got any new inspirational ideas to increase the numbers? Because that's exactly what we all kind of need to do as projects is to educate people about what the XRPL is all about and what it does. So is there anything you're doing uniquely different to anyone else to try and onboard people?
So obviously building the wallet, that's fast onboarding. Now with what I've built, you can actually do any token, any project, any layer 1 to XRP live within the app, which will then automatically fund your wallet and give you money to play with straight away. So you could go from Solana direct to XRP without having to go through an exchange, convert it to XRP, then set your XRP wallet up, then send the funds to your XRP wallet. You can literally do everything in one fluid movement. You can go Solana to XRP.
That's a good shout. That's good. Have you got on and off ramps at all?
Not off ramps. However, FML are a token on the XRP, and they've just launched their FinTech Management Limited system, and I've built all of their infrastructure behind. They're looking at going for their own banking license and becoming a boutique investment firm. So as I'm the developer for them, I get an extension from that to go into the wallet to act as an off-ramp through them, so I don't have to go through all of my side of it, all that rigmarole. So I can just literally integrate that. So eventually we'll be able to have an off-ramp and an on-ramp. But that's down the road. That's not happening anytime soon. As for your question about the ledger, what do we need? So we need the mentality of Solana users to come over to the XRP. Now, they're not going to come over to the XRP because the volume's not there, but we need them to come over to make the volume. So that's where the problem we've got, is that transition from there to here. And we've got such a bad stigma as the XRPL for everything it's been through, the court case and everything, regardless of whether we won it and we're over the hill, people still see it as a downward spiral. And I don't know how you change people's mentalities on that. I think it's just time. You just got to wait. The way I'm looking at it, do you know the Cars film? The kids' car, the Disney Cars film?
Yeah.
Where they're all sat at the station, the gas station, waiting for people to come past. That's what we're doing. Yeah. We're just sat there waiting for that Lightning McQueen to come in. That would drop fucking couple of nails.
Steer left to go right. Steer left to go right.
Yeah.
I personally like the truck.
Yeah. Oh, what's the truck called? Rusty. Was it Rusty? Something like that.
I can't remember the truck's name.
Oh dear. Go on, Dan. Put your hand down. Go for your question.
I didn't want to jump in. I was just listening to what Matt was saying. I wanted to ask, with the tools you have, what have you found, or have you seen which is most attractive to people on the XRP Ledger out of the different ones you have? Is there, or is it generally sort of the same across the board?
It's pretty much the same across the board. Everybody, and I assume everybody in this room here, wants to make a quick buck. They want to be able to turn $1 into $10 and do it time and time and time again. It's really difficult to do on the ledger unless you've got that infrastructure behind you. So when I say infrastructure, I mean like the people, the hype to go out and push something and go and spin up some artwork and go and list it as an NFT and get it sold out within the day. Like, that doesn't happen. Very rarely on the ledger does it happen. So you've got to come onto the ledger and have a runway before you go and launch something, so you can pick up that momentum, that steam, and cause some hype. So I mentioned to you earlier about a couple of projects rugging, and one of them was called Glitch. And they done that. They caused this stir and commotion, and then came on and kind of, they had so much traction going for them, and then the idiot just decided to rug it for some God knows what reason. If he'd stayed there, he would have made damn sight more money than what he'd done by rugging it. But we can't change people's mentalities. That's what it all comes back to.
Matt, sorry to jump in, mate. When it comes to what you just said about God knows why he rugged it, do you think that people set projects up, they don't realise how well they're going to do, and then when they start doing well, they start panicking and thinking, oh shit, I don't know what to do, what's my next step, and then they sort of rug it like that?
Yeah, it's like water. It takes the path of least resistance, and that's what people do. They think, fuck it, I'll just take the money and run. No one's going to know who I am or where I've gone. And they don't think about it in the moment. It's that arse clenching moment where you're just like, yeah, just going to do it. And then while you're doing it, you think, shit, I shouldn't be doing this. And then there's no way to go back. So then that's it. They just self-implode.
And that is definitely like one of the that's like a real problem in the XRP, like, well, on all
it's a problem on
really.
all blockchains.
On everything.
It's people. The problem is people. All right, it's not the blockchain. It's the people that.
You're bang on there, mate. I've said it for years. The technology is perfect. The technology is fine. The problem is people. Is the human factor.
Yeah,
buggers it up. Yeah,
humans are fucking awful individuals, and greed.
Yeah,
but anyway, let's move away from that.
Yeah, it is a massive issue, isn't it? Pure greed. So I think we've got another request to come up. XRM, is that right? XRM. Let's add you.
XRM. He started the Zoo project up. I don't know if you remember.
Open your mic, XRM. Welcome to the space. Happy New Year. Ask your question.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Good. No, I appreciate it. No, I had jumped up. I thought, I was hoping that, I had a couple questions for Dan about the Horizon platform, but I see that he's down as a listener at the moment. Wasn't sure if he was going to come back up.
Yeah, Dan's going to have his own dedicated show. I think that's going to be next week, as Liv3's just alluded to. So if you're going to hold your question for next week, that means you'll have to come and tune in for next week, my friend.
Hey, that's not a problem. I could do that. I appreciate it.
Good lad. Have you got a question for Money Grabs?
No. I mean, we're all pretty much familiar with one another. We've been running around out here for the last 14, 15 months. So, I hope everybody's having a good new year, and definitely look forward to next week's space when you get Dan up here.
It will be the same time. It will be the same guys. It will be exactly the same day. So yeah, make sure you tune in for Sunday nights, 8:00 next week. We're also on YouTube channel where it will also be recorded space. You can listen to the show all over again. Are there any of the panelists got any other questions for Money Grabs?
I do have a question for. I'm sorry. No. The other Dan.
I was going to say, for the past 20 minutes, I've been wondering what Horizon does. I wish we'd actually just let him say a few bits and then ask these questions, because now I feel like we've just put him back a little bit. But no, at the moment, I don't have any questions. I think, we've come across BuildX before, with Matt, and I know he's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not enlightening, but he's a very forward-thinking guy. He likes the technology, likes the stuff, likes to build stuff. He was like it when we spoke to him last time. He's like it now. A good person to have on the ledger, and I think he's got a really good product here. So I really do wish him all the best going forward. It sounds like you're going to tie a lot of communities together, bring a lot of exposure with the product he has. And that's pretty much it. I just want to say, overall good guy, and doing overall good things. So, wish you the best luck going forward.
Personally, I love the fact that he's built another wallet, and more wallets around is always a good thing. It's a good option to have a few wallets to go for. Magic Mike, put your hand down, my friend. Fire away.
So I'm trying to, I literally, my mind went blank and I was thinking, how the hell do I put my hand down?
You throwing blanks, Magic? Unbelievable.
No, I never shoot blanks.
and he's so young. Oh my goodness.
No, so what it was is, I don't, whether I've missed it or not, maybe I dozed off or something, but did anyone ask you about, reply.tips, Matt? Because I wanted to,
No, they did not.
I wanted to know a bit more about that, because I think you mentioned that as well, didn't you?
I did. So reply.tips is a project I've been working on for a couple of weeks now, and it came to me because a member of our team, Vegas, he's down in the audience. He came and spoke to me about something that he was put onto by the Dojo Dogs, and it was just becoming a reply guy and responding 3 words and an emoji to pretty much high followed accounts that are posting quite regularly, and he'd got his impressions up quite quickly by doing it, and it got me thinking I could do this automated. So I started building the system out, and again, as I always do, I got a little bit carried away, and now we've got a self-learning AI system that pulls using XRPL's posts of watched accounts that you're watching. It'll pull the post in. It will use the AI to determine what tone the post is and what response to give it. So what reply to put out there. You've got 8 tones to choose from. You go and post that. It then analyzes the metrics from that. How many likes, how many views, how many reposts, etc. You'll then feed that back to the AI and say, this post is underperformed. So this tone and this amount of characters and this amount of emojis, and whether it's a question or not a question is or isn't working, and add it to the database. And then the next one that comes out, it'll have a different tone to it, a different type of reply. The user doesn't know any different. And that data is then being fed back, and the AI is self-learning based on style. Now, we've put out of the 140 users we've got on there. So the AI has got significant information, and it's gone from doing 3 words per post or per reply to going up to now it's doing 10 and 11 words, and even stringing full-on sentences together, plus giving factual information back in the reply of the post. So it's learning so much coming through. The people will be sad, I think, well, why do I want this? Now, I scroll through X, and I'm too busy looking at the stuff. I'm not interested in replying to it. I'm just scrolling through and looking at it, and I scroll, and I end up doom scrolling. I'm there for fucking 40 minutes. I'm still sat in the toilet, wondering what the hell I'm doing. This is actually taking who you want to watch, and giving you their feed for you to look through and actually pull information out on it while it's doing the reply. So I'm picking up more information and seeing what's going on in the world by utilising something like that.
So basically, Matt, what you've done is you've managed to build it out so you have enhanced the time you're on the toilet.
Yes, very much so. So my whole aim is to get impressions, because once you got 5 million impressions, you can then get monetized, and this is doing it for me. I've got 1.1 million impressions in 5 days.
Wow.
6 days, and that is just off me using my system, nothing else, and doing exactly the same as what you'd do if you went and used it, or if Solid would do when he went and used it, or anyone else. It does the exact same thing. I haven't got any super duper enhanced version for myself. I'm using the same platform as what anyone else would use. But I've gone like even further with it. I've turned it into analytics, so you can actually go on there and you can look at your analytics of what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. and it's showing you in clear times when to post, when not to post, who's online, who's not online, because I'm pulling it from the database that we're getting, and I can tell you within 30 minutes when Elon Musk is going to start posting on that respective day.
Wow.
Because we've got 13 people following it. So now they're pulling all of his posts in, and we can create a pattern on the back end to say, well, actually, he posts between the hours of 11 and 4. So you're getting all of this information as well. I've added in there a post section, so it'll actually curate posts for you, based on all of the information that's coming from everybody on the platform, who they're following, what posts are being seen by those people, and what replies are going out. So then it's going to start curating posts for you to put out for like daily thoughts, insights into certain topics that are happening. It's very powerful, what I've built.
Yeah, that's quite massive, actually. Yeah, that's really good. I'd just like to give a big shout out to Vegas. He's corrected me. Lightning McQueen's best mate was actually Toe Mader.
That's right, Mater.
Yeah,
They call it Mater.
I don't know where I got Rusty from, but it sounded about right. So we have got Zolid. Zolid, open up.
Zolid.
Oh, sorry, that my pronunciation is always going to be a bit pants.
Oh, it's okay. You'll learn it in time.
Welcome to
He's a
the space,
Canadian,
my friend.
mate.
Happy New
He's a Canadian,
Year.
just take the piss out of
Ask
him.
your question, my friend.
He's my business partner.
Oh, solid. Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Business
Well,
partner.
I wanted to ask some questions to Matt, which I know answers to, but I just love to hear them. Just about like the platform that we built and how much has gone out and everything. But I was really just kind of holding my tongue while he was talking about reply tips, because that is a separate beast and it's extremely impressive. Just working together, trying to figure out funding and everything for that too, so we can push some other avenues with it and really get it going. And it's been really fun to see Matt building away on this. Like, I think one of the funnest things for me is to just watch Matt build and then find ways to just keep him building and just like, okay, no, I love it. 1 second, let me figure out where I can find like $800. Like, just keep going. And I just keep doing everything I can to just fuel his machine, because he's just so impressive and he deserves it. And I just want to see a guy like this thriving on the ledger.
Sorry to cut you off, Solid, but what you just said, because you said you're his business partner, then I assume that you code like Matt does. Matt,
oh no,
I need to ask you: Are you a machine?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like you've kind of built maybe an app that is here for you, and we're not actually talking to the real you, because you've done man, you've done like you're doing project upon project upon project. Like, bro, do you sleep?
I do very little. I've actually, to go behind the veil, I've got Parkinson's, and this is the only thing that's kind of keeping me going.
No way.
By doing
oh
this.
My goodness. So you literally are,
so
I'm so sorry. Oh man. So how,
it's not,
wow.
It's not an easy life
going
to
back
live
to
in.
Going back to the reply.tips, Matt, are you worried or not worried about that the algorithm, the X algorithm may see the system, may your programming as a bot?
No.
And it kind of start
the way that we bypass this bot aspect is that you're posting the post. We aren't posting it for you. We're just giving you the AI help. It's no different to you going and using Grok. Hey, Grok, make me a post for this topic, or Grok, can you analyze this and give me a response? It's no different to using that. I'm just doing it all in one platform, and you press the reply button. It opens up a pop-up window with X, with your post in it, and you just press post. Now, Vegas, before he started using the system, he was doing 400 to 500 posts a day to get his impression count going up. And I've spoken to other users across the network that have been doing 7,000 to 8,000 posts a day, and they're like quick fire, like 3 words and an emoji, bang, bang, bang. Now, you can do quite quick on reply.tips, but the content it's giving you is more filling than what 3 words and an emoji is doing. I had a post on there. Can't find it now. Oh, here. So according to Mike Arizona, I can't pronounce the name. The practice fight in Miracle never happened, and then that was the post, and the reply to it is probably twice as long in context to it, because it's actually pulling real world information in as well. So it's actually making the post, the original poster's post, short. We're giving it more length, more content, which is then what's getting more views. And the AI knows that, so it just keeps on increasing it.
So it's not an automatic then. So it creates it, and then you choose whether to post or not.
Exactly, and you can choose 8 moods, like 8 styles. So you can have like witty, supportive, edgy, simple, sarcastic, hype, engaging, informative, and you've also got a few more abilities. You can add a meme direct from it. So I've built a meme generator into the system that will spin up a meme for you with the text on it, and it will have your X handle at the bottom right of it. So it's actually becoming your creative property. So when I get to the point of being able to submit those memes to like Giphy or somewhere like that, you're then going to be getting credit across the whole world when those memes are used.
Are these memes spontaneous, or is there like just a pool of memes? Not spontaneous. I mean infinite.
There's not an
infinite. It's a pool of memes. So they're not infinite. Okay.
It's a pool of memes, but it is going to get added to. So I've added 207 in there currently. But there will be more getting added to as I get a little bit of free time to do that side of it. I just want to get it up and running. I've also built into it the ability to analyze a video. So if you've got a video on a post, you can analyze it, and it'll go through from top to bottom and give you time snippets of what happened at those certain times. And then it gives you what edge do you want to go from. Like, do you want to go down the supportive route, talking about how she held his hand, blah, 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 or do you want to go down the route of he was shagging my best friend, blah, blah, blah. So you can choose which avenue you want to go down from what the video has shown you to then generate your reply to post. So you aren't just doing it blindly. You aren't just saying, oh yeah, there's a video there, and then just putting some shit up for the reply. You're actually getting proper content back on it.
So if you like here, please share the space. We love people to get involved. If there's any questions for Money Grabs, please put it in the comments box. We read it out. Happy to read any questions out. If you want to get involved, put your hand up and come up and ask some questions. If you've got loads of projects, I gather then that means you're going to need us to do loads of shows for your loads of projects. 1 show a night for the next 100 nights. That should be quite a lot of shows. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. We do partner showcases. We try and get at least one in a week. But if you want to do something with the partner projects, then obviously we can pass them your way.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds good. I mean, there are shows, or there are DPMF live shows, I have to say. Not trying to be biased, but we are pretty good. Dan, sure. Put your hand down.
I've seen your shows, mate.
Dan, put your hand down. You're up. Go
God, I hope you ain't seen us on video, Matt, because Mike looks like David Schwartz. I was going to ask, because earlier when you were talking about the AI program you've got, you said that it lets out factual information. Did you write in a way to dissect that? Or is sometimes the information inaccurate, or have you actually built something in where it actually analyzes to try and make it truthful, if you see where I'm coming from?
Right, so Manu were playing Leeds today. Yeah. And one of I've got to print off.
It was a crap match, mate. We should have got a win.
It was a crap match, but on one of the replies, it came up and it was a fact, and it was, did you know that, I can't remember, something about Leeds and Man U drawing 9 times over the past X amount of years.
I remember it, yeah.
And I was like, shit, is that right? And my sons, I've got 2 teenage boys and the Man U fans, and I asked them, they kind of looked at me like I was coming off a spaceship. So I went and Googled it, and it was actually right. And the AI just came up with that. I didn't ask it to do that. I didn't program it that my new match was going to be on today to know the answers to it.
Well,
So
that's right. It was, they didn't understand the, I'm sorry, I've got a terrible lag here. But they didn't understand, it was the same conversation when they didn't understand the rivalry as well between it, and they didn't understand that we'd drawn this many times. I'm sorry for the lag, my friend.
I suppose I was going to ask, is there anything you have in place that dissects that? Because if it's pulling information off online, if there is false information online, that will pull it. Is that, if that makes sense?
That's up to the user to determine as the posting it.
Oh, of course, because they have to authorise what goes out.
No platform, and then they see it on the X.
Okay, gotcha,
Exactly.
gotcha. Yeah,
so
gotcha.
You've got that safety net in there. It's one of the platforms you need to go and use it to see its benefit. But to give you some stats, before I built this, I was doing 4,000 impressions a day. The day that I built it, the 23rd of December, going into Christmas Eve, I'd done 70,000 impressions just on using that. There was only me in Vegas that were using it currently at the time. And I'd done 70,000 impressions. On the 27th, I'd done 209,000 impressions on one day. And today, I'm on 186 for the day. And I've just been sat here responding or replying to tips, replying to posts while I've been in this space.
Wow.
So,
cool. So
I'm using the same platforms anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I've got a question for Zolid. Obviously your partner in the project, what's your role? What obviously, if Matt's the sort of builder, project sort of designer as such, what's your role?
The coder.
Yeah, so I CTO'd the Money Grabbers project, and I came to Matt with the concept of building the airdrop system. And then I was like, do you think you can build it? And then he's like, do you think I'm stupid? Of course I can build it. And then he came back and I'd kind of handed him a Toyota Prius style concept, and he came back with a Porsche 911. I was like, whoa, okay, this is slick. Let's do it. Let's run with it. And at that point I was like, I love the way you build. I love everything you do. Like, if there's any way I can just support you, with my ability to promote and whatever, like, I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Funds, promotions, like, I got your back. So I've just been, creatively helping Matt with just concepts and ideas while he builds everything out. Like, sometimes he just builds things and I don't even know. Like, he turned around one day, he's like, I built a wallet. You can just automatically settle the trust lines. I was like, wait, what? So sometimes he surprises me, quite frequently, actually. I wish there was less surprises, but they're always good. So I'm always really happy with what he comes up with. And I just do everything in my power to, connect good projects to what we're doing and facilitate his needs of whatever he needs to keep performing the way that he performs.
Awesome. It's always very, very useful to have a talented person like Matt around, isn't it, I suppose?
Oh, man. He's incredible. And I feel like he just needs that rock of a person to sit with him. Even if I don't know how to code or do what he's doing, I can be there with him and just help him be like, maybe we could change that idea a little bit to sometimes a little more like this. And, sometimes those little points are perfect for him, and then he'll have that eureka moment and really build something out.
Have you guys got any other ideas up your sleeve? Have you got anything new that you can sort of allude us to what's coming around the corner, or is everything top secret?
We have a lot of ideas.
Go on, go for it. Now, you can't say that on a live show recorded on YouTube.
Well, we're looking into like cross chaining with what's going on with Money Grabbers. Obviously, we've started with Corium. Matt's familiarizing himself with how to build on Corium so that we can bring in Corium projects, start diluting from that market too. And obviously we can look at things like Solana and ETH and HBAR and whatever as the road widens. Obviously this will take time to do. And Matt obviously needs to be aware of how to build on that ledger. And as we learn those things and develop out, we're going to be bringing in other chains. So, maybe you'll be holding something from Ethereum and then you'll learn, oh, wow, cool. I actually get all this stuff on XRP and Corium and HBAR for holding this asset. So it's going to bring in eyes from a lot of places that otherwise wouldn't have looked at us. So we're trying to bring those eyes back to the ledger with what we're building. And yeah, there's a lot cooking. It never stops. The kitchen's always hot. As Matt said, he doesn't sleep. So
awesome.
So
So
on the XRP side
let
of
me
it,
stick.
Yeah,
oh,
okay. Yeah.
I was just going to say, on the XRP side of it, I'm doing 4,500 transactions every single night on the XRP
Wow.
side. I'm doing more transactions on a night than what some project.
Yeah. That's
That's
pretty
how much we're
impressive.
sending out. Our API calls, 3.2 million calls a day. Yeah, it's
We had to
impressive, but
get
obviously with it, it's got
we had to
its
get our own node because of you.
monetary.
You pulled up my credit card.
That's all Matt's
Yeah,
fault. I love it. Now, tonight's show is brought
So
to you by
but yeah,
Fusion
it's
XIO, the sickest and the baddest place to mint and sell your NFTs. If you love NFTs and you love to mint them very, very cheaply with using any asset, go and check out Fusion XIO. It's an awesome place, an awesome platform to do your NFT collections. Sorry to interrupt you, Matt. You were going to say something.
we go for your Fusion platform. We could have your project, your people who come and create an NFT mint. They could automatically have inclusion into the Money Grabbers ecosystem, assuming we can get an API in there to get the data from you. So we can have that. So you could do it as a
we've
package
had
deal where
we
you create your
we
NFT project on here.
yeah we had we do tests on mainnet through Fusion, and not too long ago. So recently, I've been breaking the IPFS, and not too long ago, we was doing some pretty big stuff, and it was detected, and we had some AI companies almost spam us trying to, because we don't have any gates into Fusion. There's none at all. It was pretty undetectable. We don't have any APIs of anyone. And we found out there was AI companies sporadically spamming, trying to log in and find and pull information from Fusion, because all the code's closed source as well. Or some of the intricate parts are closed source, not open source information. There's some we coded ourselves, and it almost shut our platform down because we was getting spammed. So it was just getting hit like constantly. It's like, but we didn't know what the bloody hell was going on at the time. I was like, what the hell is all this? Why we're through the roof here on the servers? What was going on? And it was at the same time we was doing some testing on the Ava program. We thought, is it us? Yeah, I was just like, but yeah, we found out it was some AI companies trying to pull data from us, but they obviously couldn't. We don't have any gates in at all, of any kind. But the system you have, it does sound very interesting. And it does sound very interesting to automatically connect in a way where if someone was to do a NFT collection, they had an option which could just quickly, attach onto what you've already got and then ride from there, especially like token projects, etc. So yeah, it's very interesting. Something I'll probably speak to you actually offline. I'll drop you a message or something, and have a chat with you offline after this. But no,
I think it'd be good, and it'd give us a way into other platforms as well, in the sense of like Ada and who else have you got XRP on there? Assumably. Who else do you have?
what's that on Fusion?
Yeah.
So Fusion has every asset on the XRP Ledger runs on Fusion. So I think we're the only platform at the moment on the XRP Ledger where you can freely choose. So you could create a collection and you could mint it all out in our XDX asset. Or you could pick another asset on the ledger, and anyone can do that on Fusion. And then you can buy, sell, apply offers. And then there's a decentralized validation system. So there's about 65,000 assets on the ledger. About 99% of them have probably died off. But every single time one appears on the network, it immediately runs on Fusion. Immediately. And that's minting as well. So any project can create an NFT collection with their token. But yeah, think about what you were saying earlier, where you could connect in that way, especially if they're a token project. It's definitely something to look at because it could be quite explosive. We have I think this year we've had about 75 different assets traded on Fusion, so something like that. And I find most of them generally in the background, I think a few projects test it first, or they test, because you don't see anything on social media, but then we see the assets, obviously on our side. So I think they test it around just to see the capability and probably planning something for the future. Because we've just had, recently because 3D files can now be minted as NFTs on Fusion, which is fairly new. I think Cafe done it for a bit, but we've gone quite big on it. So FBX GLB files, and we've got AR tech coming on as well. So I think there's a few projects discreetly looking at that and testing it to see is there a window of opportunity here. So we see a lot of that. Yeah, but yeah, all assets on the XRP Ledger run on Fusion. Every single one. There's not any blacklisted in any way. It's all completely open.
If anyone in the audience has got a question for Matt and BuildX and Money Grabs, please put your hand up, we'll get you up, or put a comments in the comments box. Now, Matt, you will be familiar with this, that every project we get on, we ask them a question that was delivered by the last project we had on. And I do believe Wesley has that question somewhere on his notepad. He will ask you that question, but while you're answering his question, you'll need to think of a question we can put to next week, and you'll just have to pretend that it's not Horizon and you don't know nothing about it, and you have to ask a question. But don't let Horizon know, although he's listening, so that's a bit defeated, really. Thanks, Live Free. Wesley, have you got your question, my friend? Well, there's a tumbleweed moment for you.
Do you know what? He has one job, and somehow, every show we have, he's never there for that one specific moment. I'm really sorry. Really sorry, Matt.
Live Free, if you got the question, you got the question, yeah?
Yeah, the question was from Trek Outdoors, and the question was, what advantages does XRPL have over other blockchains?
It doesn't. It's pretty much the same as any other blockchain. I'd say from a community aspect, it's got a strong community, really, really strong. But it's actually really hard to build on a ledger. Like, you've got to get over a few hurdles before you start building on it. So, like, if you take tokens, for argument's sake, you've got to get over the hex encoding for the currency. Got to get over the fact you need trust lines to be able to send payments to people. That stumbles everyone up. There's a lot of nuances with the ledger that takes a while to get hold of. So pagination. So when you're looking through someone's wallet, you've got to make sure that you're returning it back in pagination form. So it doesn't say, no, that person's not got that trust line because it's on page 222. There's a lot of learning curves for people. But the ledger, I enjoy building on it because it's open source. I say open source, not open source, but it's open for anybody to do it. What closes it off is companies making you get their API keys and all that side of stuff.
exactly what he just said about us.
Which is what?
Yeah, it is.
Well, yes and no. It wasn't directly about you, but
I know exactly what you mean. I get it.
I can't use Joey Wallet in the UK because they've got to go through their vetting process to get onto the App Store, and they won't do it as a PWA, whereas Bolt Wallet is a PWA. Anybody in the world can have Bolt Wallet, and it does exactly the same as what Joey Wallet does. In some cases, it's better and faster for what it does. My issue is
going back to your wallet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were finished. So going back to the Bolt wallet, I did want you to review. You mentioned about rewards for the transactions. Can you review that, please, Matt?
Sure. So for every, I set up Bolt as an IOU on the ledger. There's no liquidity to it currently, but it gets dropped into your wallet as soon as you do something on the ledger. So if you send a payment from your wallet to someone else's, you get paid 8 bolts for doing that. If you remove a trust line, you get 10 bolts. If you add a trust line, you get 20 bolts. If you set an AMM pool up, like you create an AMM pool, you get 200 bolts. So I've built in a structure whereby it's actually rewarding people for doing stuff on the ledger that they ordinarily do in every other wallet. But I've geared it up for projects that they get higher amounts. So having an AMM pool and adding and withdrawing from an AMM pool is really good for a project. So now they've got an incentive to go and promote it and say, go and set your AMM pool up, you're going to get 200 bulk points for it. Or go and add liquidity to it, you're going to get X amount of bulk points. So it's kind of, if projects use it in the right manner, they can actually use it as a marketing tool for themselves.
Very good.
Everything is one to buy token.
Sorry, Matt, I interrupted you badly. I was going to say, actually, you downplayed yourself a little bit there, then, didn't you? Because really, when I asked you a question about what you're doing uniquely to onboard people, well, you're rewarding people for using the network. So that in itself is quite a feature, and quite unique. I don't know many other projects that are rewarding you with bulk tokens or whatever for setting up trust lines and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
All you've got to do is just go and pick it up, go to XRP bulk. Like, that's all you need to do. You'll be impressed with it. You'll enjoy it. It's easy. You've got full control over everything. You can see your seed phrase. You can delete the wallet if you wanted to and it'd be gone. It's about ease. I'm a really lazy, simple person and I want to make things easy for my life that I can use quite quickly. So, you want to clean your action where you can go to it and it will either sell or return your assets to the issuer. So if it's a dead project, it will return the assets to her and clean your trust lines up all in one click. Like, you just press the button once and it just does it all for you. If you want to go and buy into a token, you literally go and put how much you want to go into it and it will go and set the trust line up and do the purchase and come back and say, there you go, there's your funds. It takes effort out of everything using it. And I've not even finished yet. I've not been on it for 3 weeks because I've been building reply.tips. But when I get back on it, there's going to be so much stuff going in there. Like, it's going to be the everything app for the ledger.
Awesome.
That's my thing. And I don't give a fuck if anyone uses it. I really don't. Like, I don't need to make money off of it. There's no way for me to make money off of it. I don't charge a subscription or anything. I'm doing it because I want to use it.
Like it. So. I like that. That's good. Now, if you're just tuning in and you ain't got a clue what we're talking about, you can go to the very beginning and listen to the whole thing all over again. It's pretty awesome, I have to say, what we do here on a Sunday night with these guys. Matt, have you thought of the question that you would like to put to the next project, Horizon? Put your mute on or something so you can't listen. Matt, what is the question? Make it good. Doesn't have to be about crypto. Can be about business. Can be about anything you want.
I noticed Wes had come back because there was an echo when you was talking, and clearly Wes was taking his microphone off there. So welcome back, Wes. You've missed the one part that you need to do, but make sure you write this down.
Hold on, I'm ready for the question now. Is that what you're asking now?
Is he the golfers?
Are you in the next room?
I'm really sorry. I'm going through a few issues tonight, but I have got a question.
We've already done the question, buddy.
No. I haven't done the question though, Liffrey. So,
no.
So let me just rustle a few papers here. Okay, Checkout Doors. So it was from Checkout Doors. What advantage?
Mate, we already did it.
We've done that. Where have you been?
Wes, you are killing this panel right now. All I can hear is myself.
Matt, please ignore him. My apologies. Have
question
you?
Now, can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, send it over DM.
Yeah, I think that's safest. Oh, well, tonight has been a blast. Thank you very much, Matt and Money Grabs for coming out tonight. It's been awesome. Horizon, we'll get you next week, as everybody already knows. Live free. Do you want to shut this baby down?
All right. We have reached the poetry segment of our show where one of our members, NSCV, has written some poetic lyrics dedicated to BuildX.
Oh, I love this.
Here we
I
go.
love this bit. Is it going to be her?
You bet.
Oh, this is good.
To build realms beyond the AI sky. To build realms beyond the AI sky. To craft the heart's beautiful reply. To grab rewards we see up high. To hold assets safe. Worries we deny. Crafting wallets of innovation, analyzing flowers of information, sending petals to the right person, making waves with X's generation. Green beauty we grab, hands of ingenuity in the lab, complexity's shield we stab, build X in ways of tomorrow we dab. Build X by NSCV.
There we go. There's your sexy voice there, Daniel.
That just made me want to take my clothes off.
That was awesome.
NSCV does good poetry. Does he know that you deliver it like that?
Yes, he's been listening to the shows, believe it or not.
Good. I like the voice. I think it's a nice touch.
I thought that was Live Free.
Yeah, I do the, you can change your voice on X.
Go on, Wes. You want to say something? We all know you got your mic on because we could all not understand each other.
It made me feel very peculiar that I did not feel comfortable listening to that voice.
Well, you can go to the bathroom and wear it off, you know.
I need a chicken. No.
All right. This show was sponsored by FusionXIO.com, a premier permissionless NFT platform where you can mint and sell your NFTs in any of the over 62,100 issued coins on the XRPL. FusionXIO now has the capabilities to see and manipulate the 3D dynamic NFTs and is now offering permissionless minting of your awesome 3D dynamic NFTs with the all-new all-currency minting on the XRPL. Next on the development plate is viewing your 3D NFTs, which are the GLB and the FBX files in augmented reality. Soon we'll have the ability to get the future YEM Part 1 and 2 rewards. The current YEM Infinity reward has gone out already today, so check your wallets. Remember, to be able to unlock the yield earning mechanism, you will need to own at least one XIO, and the amount of YEM Infinity reward depends on the amount of XDX you own. Currently, there are 282 holders that have at least one XIO and are eligible to receive all the YEMs. Thank you for joining us today and learning about BuildX, Money Grabbers, Bolt Wallet, and every other project that's going on in Math World. If you have any questions, please reach out to them on X or their Telegram and or their Discord. Please follow all the speakers here.
Please don't take anything we say as financial advice. Do your own research. With that said, we bid you farewell and hope you join us again next week for another deep dive into the blockchain world. This show is recorded, so if you missed a part of it, you can go back and listen to the show. Please share and have a beautiful day.